Hey, you guys, we are live for today's action hour. I'm going to give everybody a second to jump on. Make sure this works. Make sure my microphone works. Whew, I'm a little nervous. There's a lot of people in here. So if you're jumping on, let me know that you're there. Put some hearts, some comments, something to let me know this is working, and then we will jump right in. So I'm going to give it a second. Make sure we got some people going. We're going to give this just a minute because my computer and my internet connection is not always the greatest. And it's not telling me anybody's on yet. So if you're here, let me know. Put a comment in. Let me know what you're doing, where you're at, if you're excited about this today, because I am so excited to do this for you guys. I'm actually super nervous because, you know, speaking on stage is one thing. There's a lot of people in here. Like it's 100,000 people. Okay, I see Keyshawn. Victoria, hey girl. All right, we got some people on. So we have some stuff to do today. There is so much going on, and I don't know about you, but coming home from Summit, there is so many trainings and so many different things that we have going on that we want to implement. There's the launch of Morning Meltdown. There are just a plethora of activities that you could be doing. So what we're going to do today are we're going to do some focused action items that will not only help you to earn your goals for the month to accomplish those, but that will also try to help you to build your business going forward. And some of these are things that you can do in an hour. I personally had built my business really based on power pockets in the day. So if this is something you can't do daily, you can break these down. Now, if you guys have your Success Club system tracker, this is not what we're going to be following. This is just a little piece of one of the action items in there, which is the initiate connections and add followers. We're going to really just focus on relationships today, building followers, and connecting with them. I don't really see a ton of people on here though, so I'm hoping that this is connected. So again, if you're here, let me know, put some hearts and comments, and let me know you can hear me, because one of these, I want to make sure it's not super muffled and the microphone is working well. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Lori Stewart, and I've now been a coach for 7 years. And just to give you a quick breakdown of my story and how we got here today is that I joined this opportunity just for the discount. I was a full-time senior accountant. I had a side wedding business doing crafts through Etsy. I was a mom. I had 3 kids at home. I had one that was just a couple months old. I worked a full-time accounting job that had an hour commute to and from work. So I had a 10-hour day with a 2-hour commute and a side business and 3 kids, 1 in football, preteen. So it was craziness. And so I did this just because I wanted results. And I fell in love with the products, I fell in love with the programs, and I love discounts and coupons. I don't know if it's the accounting in me. If you follow me now, you know I'm always sharing coupon codes. And that's kind of like what I just started doing back then. I just wanted to help other people get results, and I had an opportunity for them to do it and save money. And so I just fell in love with being able to help other people. That about a year into it, I ended up doing this full time, and I haven't looked back since. So I kind of build my team a little bit different. I really am focused on relationships. I'm really focused on connections. And that is some of the things that I want to help you guys with today. And I can't really tell if there's actually people here, but we're going to go ahead and jump into this and get started so that you can take a lot of these action items with you away. We are really going to specifically focus on Instagram today. And I've done this action item, thing with my team before, and they love it because it really kind of helps you just to narrow in on building and growing and getting these relationships in. So if you are watching this on your phone, you're going to have to toggle off and go to your Instagram to do that. If you're on a computer, obviously you have your phone. But if you don't know and you're sitting at your computer, you would actually get on Instagram on your computer and do that as well. So let's just jump right in, okay? So first of all, I want to preface this by saying the things that we're going to do might make you a little bit uncomfortable, but is this something that you need to get comfortable with? As we're doing these things and people start to respond to you, this is not a time for you to respond to the messages that you get in. This is just a time for you to take action on what you're doing. And again, if you're trying to do this at another point and you don't have a full hour, you can take little pieces of this. This is truly what I feel has helped my business to grow and become what it is today. I didn't know this was a training when I first started. This is just something that I do every single day. Also, as we're doing this, Do not focus on coaches or their pages or anything that has to do with someone that's already a coach. We are here to build new relationships with new people. So I'm going to give you an action item. You know how this works. We're going to give you a time to do it, and I'm going to play some music while this is going. So based on time that we have, I'll kind of adjust the time, but let's just jump right in. Okay. So making sure this is working. All right, so the first thing that I want you guys to do, there are coaches that build way different. There's some people that are going to tell you to go follow. I don't personally do that. I don't like it. I don't want to follow people if I don't know them. I want to follow people that I enjoy, that I get value from, or that I just have a connection with. So I'm not going to go and tell you to follow anyone unless you want to. But I am going to have you go and connect with people. So the first action that we are going to do is, you probably heard it, the 5-3-1 method. And we're going to do that for about 10 minutes. And why this is important is that this is going to help you just to build yourself, to make connections. And what you're going to do is you're going to focus on specific hashtags. I know when I first started, I kind of didn't know what hashtags to use. I was still figuring out who I was, what I liked. So I want you to think of it as if someone were to come to you and ask you a question, something you get passionate about, that you love talking about. Let's say you have something coming up, like you're going on a vacation, or you have, kids, or my daughter's getting into cheerleading. So no, I'm a cheer mom. So whatever it is, it's just an interest that has nothing to do with Beachbody at all. Or maybe it's a blogger, like I share my clothes and my outfits. So I like to follow other bloggers as well. So find something that interests you, that gets you excited, that is just kind of like a happy place for you. You're going to go into that page. You're going to go into that hashtag, and you're going to find other people. You're going to go first. This is so important. Do this all the time. You're going to look at their profile. First, make sure they're not already a coach. Sometimes we can't tell. A lot of times you can, because it's going to have that link tree, or it's going to have something like contact me. So you're going to read through that top little profile section that they have. Generally, if they're with another company, especially if it's another MLM, I don't do that, and I don't look at their followers. I want people that aren't connected. But go look at that first, and then just start to look through their profile. Find things, if it's someone that interests you, again, this is someone that you truly want to connect with. You're going to like on 5 of their pictures. Then you're going to comment on 3 of them. Give them a compliment. Just be like, oh, go get it, girl. Love that outfit. Oh, that shirt is so cute. Whatever it is that you're on there. And then you're going to ask a question on 1 of them. Now, if this is someone that you're like, I really kind of like them, I want to connect, but I'm not sure. What I wanted to have you guys do is start to create a collection album in your Instagram. So by doing that, you're going to go on the little flag at the top. I'm going to pull my page up. So you're going to click on here. This is just one of my girlfriends. And you're going to click this little flag. You can't even see my phone. It's the little flag along the bottom right of that. And so when you click on that and you hold it down, it's going to say save to. So you add the little plus sign, and you're going to say follow-ups, connections, girl gang, whatever you want to label that as. So that's something that you can go back to and follow up with this and make sure that you're connecting with these people as well. So again, it's thinking about brands, hashtags, celebrities, interests, for them, and then kind of look through their people that are commenting and the people that are following them and the people that they follow, and see if you connect with those. Make sure they're not a coach. You're going to do 5 likes, comment on 3 of them, and then ask a question in 1 of them. And then if you really like them, then you're going to make a collection so that you can come back to these later. So you guys have 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back and do some more. All right, I'm going to play some music. So you guys go. Get the music on. the ocean. So the question was asked in terms of this 531 method, and you're asking a question, it is to facilitate engagement. Yes, it is to begin that relationship and that conversation with that person. It doesn't have to be anything about Beachbody. Again, we're a relationship building business, and so this is just to start to begin those conversations. So what might happen is they're going to look at your page and think, oh, is this a girl that I actually want to follow too? Which is why what you're posting on your page and your stories is going to be so important. All right, we're almost done. All right, you guys, how did that feel? Was that easy enough to get started? I just wanted to make a quick suggestion. If you didn't know, when you go to your home screen page and you're clicking on the search at the bottom, Instagram is looking through your algorithms. It's seeing the things that you look at, the things that you comment on, and those you're interested in. That is why it's really important about being authentic to who you are, what you're interested in, and what you're looking for. But if you click on the things at the top, my first things that come up are shop, style, beauty, probably because that's what I do the most. But you can click on these to see, okay, well, here's some food. When I first started, I struggled the most with knowing what to cook. I love air fry recipes. So you can go onto these and it will give you suggested photos and pages to look at. So that could be a great place to start with if you're struggling with the hashtags or the things to follow or the people to connect with. Now, we started with this 5-3-1 method with people we didn't know, because if we're going to come onto these other action items and it's something that you're not able to do, then you're going to go back and you're going to do more of these. The reason we need to do this is what creates new relationships. Now, if you're probably like, okay, I did 10, cool. Okay, that's great. I do way more than 10 every single day. I actually know that there's a top coach who did this probably 50 times a day in little power pockets of her day in order to grow her reach, build her algorithms, and grow their page. And this is how you do it organically. This takes work. And I used to tell my family, hey, I know it looks like I'm just scrolling through social media, but this is work time. This is relationship building. And it is a very important business task in your day that you need to do every single day. So action 2 that we're going to do, we're going to be making a point to connect with the people that are already in our life. Now, I know that Ashley, which is one of my fellow on my team, or fellow teammates, she shared this as part of their speech, is that when you think about this, what we're about to do, let's say you're having a dinner party and you have all your best friends come over and they're hanging at your house and you're about to eat dinner, but then you leave your house and start walking up and down the street, banging your pots and pans, trying to get more people to come. That's essentially what you are doing when you're not focusing on the followers and the people that you have currently, and you're only looking at getting new people. You want to make sure that you're loving on, engaging and connecting with the people that follow your stories, that like on your pictures, that comment on your posts. So the first thing that we're going to do, and I know this might be scary for some, but this is a great way to just start conversations with people who are too nervous to reach out to you. If people are following you, I want you guys to keep in mind, they follow you because they like you. They have an open door invitation because they're like, hey, I want to see what she's up to. I enjoy her posts. I like her. And you have the ability now to say, okay, I now have the ability to reach out and connect with them. This is no longer a cold invite. This is already relationships. And if you're sharing the way you should be on your stories, they already know what you're up to, what your business is about, the things that you do regular in your day. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Instagram stories and look at who is following you. You're going to click on that person. You're going to first make sure they're not already a coach. And if you can't tell, you also will include, are you a coach as well? Because the worst thing is when I get invites of people to join their team and I'm like, if you had just looked at my page, you would know I'm already a coach. So let's not do that. I want you to make a point to try to connect to people that you haven't talked to, but you're going to go through your stories and just something simple. And this is what I say. I just say, hey girl, first off, I just want to thank you for watching my stories and being a part of my everyday life. It's not always easy to put yourself out there, but I appreciate that you take the time to keep up and actually haven't unfollowed me. LOL. Is there anything more that I can help or provide to make this better for you? Also, sometimes I might put in, because I know that we have a group coming up, especially and say, I know that you saw my stories today and that I'm running this monthly boot camps and that we actually have a new group that's starting up. They're full of accountability and motivation. Is this something that you think you'd be interested in? Or maybe you know they go to the gym. Maybe this is something that you can add into your current routine. So this just gives you an open opportunity to talk with them, to connect with them, and just to conversate with them. And again, what happens is Instagram sees these algorithms. That person will start to see your stories more because now you've created a conversation, and this is going to allow you to be put more out there. So you're going to have about 10 minutes to do this. I'm going to try to make sure that we have time to do everything, so I might actually cut that down to 8 and go through. What I suggest actually to do is type it up once, and if you have the ability, I would do voice to text so that it sounds exactly like the way you would say it. Copy that, and then it's just a quick copy and paste, and then that way you can go through those and get more of those messages out quicker in order to connect to people faster. All right, so here we go. Let me get the music on.
But you're taking shots at me like it's Patron, and I'm just like, damn, it's 7 a.m. Say it in the street, that's a knockout. But you say it in a tweet, that's a cop out. And I'm just like, hey, are you okay? And I ain't trying to mess with your self-expression, but I've learned my lesson is stressing and obsessing about somebody else is no fun. And snakes and stones never broke my bones. So you need to calm down. You're being so loud. And it's like, you need to just stop. Can you just not calm down? You need to calm down. You are somebody that we don't know, but you're coming at my friends like a missile. Are you right? You could be glad. You could be glad. Attention on the street at the parade, but you would rather be in the dark age. Just taking that sign must have taken all night. You just need to take several seats and try to restore the peace and control your urges to scream about all the people you hate. Cause shade never made anybody less gay. You need to calm down. You get so loud. And it's like, you need to just stop. Can you just not step on his gown? You need to calm down. Let me see you over there on the internet, comparing all the girls who are killing it. But we figured you out. We all know now. We all got crowns. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. It's so loud. And it's like, you need to just stop. Can you stop? Can you just stop? Sit on the couch. You need to calm down.
All right, perfect timing. This timer is about to go off and we are going to move on to the next item. So how are you guys feeling so far? I've seen a couple comments that you're nervous about reaching out. And I saw someone say note to self, spell and grammar check. I'm going to say I'm probably the worst about that. And I honestly don't stress it. I feel like if I'm talking to people, I'm talking to my friends, and I probably misspell words a lot. And a lot of times I'm really busy and on the go. So if you're doing that, don't stress about it. It is totally okay. Obviously, better use spell check. You're right, it's a little more professional, but don't think that's going to take away from the authenticity of creating that relationship. So if you're nervous, that's normal. But think about this. Your energy from being nervous and your energy from the fear and your energy from excitement all creates the same feeling in your body, but it is actually the way that you interpret that in your mindset on what that feeling is that tells you, okay, well, I'm nervous or I'm excited. So change that to say, okay, I'm excited. I'm about to find my team, about to grow, about to help change someone's life. Because you guys, we are giving someone a gift. I cannot imagine where my life would be had I not found my coach from her sharing her stories online. And back then it was through Facebook. I don't know where I would be had I been so fearful of reaching out to people and talking to them. I rarely do cold invites. I'm just not comfortable with it. I was super quiet. I was introverted. I liked talking on the computer because I felt like everyone is basically my best friend. If they're following me, you're already my friend. So think about that. It's just, we're here to help people. We're here to give someone this opportunity, this gift that is life-changing for me and for so many others. And if you're not there yet, you're giving them the vision and the opportunity to change their life in the way that you're about to try to do as well. So we're going to go into our next action item. Now, we already went through the people that follow our stories, but a lot of times people will interact on our page just as much. So I want you to go through your current followers. I don't care if you have 100 of them or if you have 10,000 or 50,000. Start to go through and just scroll down that list. And I know for me, I have people who are consistent on liking and commenting, and sometimes you just need to talk to them. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to connect to people through and your followers. You're going to click on their page first and make sure they're not a coach. If you can't tell, this is a great opportunity to reach out and to talk to them. And at the end of this, you say, by the way, are you a coach too? Not only does that kind of give them some confidence to think their page is amazing, but if they are a coach, then it's just great conversation to have, and then you can move on to the next one. So here's just a little example of something that you could say. Hey girl, I know this might seem random, but I just had to ask. I'm sure that since you're following along, you have probably seen this, but I run monthly boot camps to help women accomplish their goals. They're full of accountability and motivation, and I personally have lost over 40 pounds and changed my whole life by being part of one. I see that you're already going to the gym. Do you think this is something that you would want to add in or replace as well? I know for me, it was really hard to make it in, and by doing this at home, it has now created such opportunity in my life. Or you could say, has joining one of these groups ever interested you? Or are you on any type of health and fitness journey? Make it be something that feels comfortable to you to say. Now, this can seem kind of like a cold invite, but it's not, because these are people that already follow you. They already want to know what's up with your life. They already see your post. And a lot of times, even if they never have liked or commented on anything, they're watching. So make your little post. I suggest, again, the voice to text to get it written out in a way that you speak it, and then copy and paste, and then go through your followers and send that out. And we are going to do that, again, for about the next 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to see how many action items we have left. Now, again, if people are starting to respond, withhold from that desire to respond to them, because if you're always responding and not taking action on the new ones, you might miss out on a lot of the opportunities to create new relationships. You're going to talk to someone, have all these conversations, and then they do nothing. So this is only about you creating the conversation, creating the relationship, and then we will go back and do some of those follow-ups in a minute. All right, go. All right, well, I just got a notification about the music, so we'll jump off this one. We only had a minute left, so that's totally okay. All right, let me get to our next one. Let me make sure y'all hear me because it said the video was paused. If you're still there, if you're still going strong, let me know you're on. Put a comment, tell me you're here, give me a like, something, because I want to make sure we're still doing this. Anybody there? All right, I'm hoping you are, so I'm just going to keep on going. So we have gone through our Instagram stories and connected to the people who follow those. We have gone to our followers and connected with them. And so now what I want you guys to do is to follow up with the people that you have either talked to, maybe you've sent a share cart to, maybe you had a conversation with, and they ghosted you. Now, I know personally, I have a million tabs open in my brain at all times, and someone will send me a message and I will mentally respond. And I always mean to send something back. And a lot of times if someone follows up with me, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I don't want you going into this thinking they've ghosted me, they don't want to talk to me. No, go into this thinking they're just as busy and craziness going on in their life as you are, and they probably just forgot. So what you can do is go through your messages. If you're keeping a follow-up list, you're going to reach out to them. What I do with people that I need to follow up with is I create a flag in my Instagram stories. So if you didn't know that you can do that, not my stories, but my messages. So let me show you. If you didn't know that you could do this, and it's an easy way to get your messages sorted. So, I'm trying to get to my box. So if you click on this little, can you see that? The little flag at the very top right here. That will save it so that when you go to sort, you can sort through unread, flagged, or just your regular inbox. It will bring all those messages up to quickly respond. I don't have a super tracker method. This is just what works for me. So if you aren't doing that, start to do it. But go through, just kind of scroll down and start clicking on some messages. And here's something that you can say, super easy. Just say, hey girl, I know that we talked recently and I had sent you a share cart, but I never heard back from you. And I know that I totally mentally respond to people all the time. So just wanted to check in and see if you're still ready to get started. Our boot camp is kicking off on Monday and I wanted to make sure that you're prepped and ready to go. Maybe it's someone that you had they had asked you for information and you had sent them a graphic or some details. Hey girl, just wanted to follow up with you. I know I had sent you the details about the program. Did that seem like something you were interested in? I know a lot of times I mentally respond and didn't want you to think that didn't want you to feel like you were waiting on me just in case. Let me know if it's still something that you want to do. Maybe it's someone that you talked to a long time ago and cost was an issue for them back then. Hey girl, just wanted to reach out. I know that we had talked a couple months back and there were some financial things going on for you, but I wanted to extend this opportunity. I have a $10 off coupon code for a package that is already $20 off. And if finances are still a struggle, maybe joining me with the coaching opportunity might be something that can change your life and bring in some extra income as well. You guys, it is all about your mindset and how you think about it to reach out. So send a message to them. It doesn't have to feel uncomfortable. And a lot of times, if you have already reached out to them a couple times, you can just simply say, and I've seen that you read my messages. If you don't want me to reach out anymore, just let me know. Because sometimes they might feel uncomfortable. They may not know what to say. So it's not always about you. A lot of times it's about them. And just so that you know, statistics show that you have to follow up at least 7 to 10 times with some people before they actually say yes. You will hear a lot of the top coaches that will say, oh, I ghosted my coach, all these times. I told them that I didn't want to do it. So it's not about you. It's about them. So go back and we got 10 more minutes to do follow up, and then we will have one thing left to do. Let's hope our music works. All right, we're going to cut that one short because I have two more things I want you guys to do. And one of them you can kind of take with you and finish up later. So one of the things I enjoy are watching people's stories. I mean, do you guys enjoy that? That's part of what is so awesome about Instagram is you just get to see people's real life. So if you are following people that maybe are not part of your team, they're not part of your group, you have just made this connection through them by creating these relationships, by talking to them, maybe it's someone that you really enjoyed, maybe it's somebody you found through bloggers. I have a lot of like moms that just share their outfits and stories, and I just like them. So there are also people that are probably saved in my little collection, people that I just enjoy being part of their life. So what you're going to do is go through the top of your stories, not click on a coach, not click on a current challenger, not click on a, someone that is doing another business, but someone that has no affiliation with this at all. And watch their stories and engage with their stories and ask questions. If it's somebody that has a dog, maybe say, hey, how are your dogs with the kids? Or like, oh my God, it's so cute. Do you have problems with shedding? We've been thinking about getting one, and my son has crazy allergies. Or maybe they're on vacation and you could say, oh my God, how is that vacation? We're looking at booking something, was it family friendly? Or, oh my God, that outfit was so cute. Where did you get it from? Just something so that you can type a comment, swipe up, send them a fire thing if they got a cute little outfit on, give them a hand clap if they showed up. Maybe ask them, oh girl, you're working out at the gym. How is that going for you? But it's not like I'm trying to sell you something. It's just, hey, we are connecting. So you're going to have 5 minutes to do that. And then we're going to come back and do one big action item. And then we will set you on your way for the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Jazzy Fizzle production. The princess is here. This beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. Look, my body so melodic. This beat goes like through my chest. Everybody, modern copy, came to party, grab somebody, work your body, let me see you 1, 2, 3.
Facebook is not my friend. So if you're on our live, we got kicked off apparently because my music is not what they want. So we are going to finish this up here, and we're going to do it in silence, because actually the last thing that I have for you guys to do is going to be something that's pretty awesome. So if this is even allowing me to come back on, let me know that you're here, that you see this. I don't know why it got shut off earlier, and I'm so sorry. Let's see if anybody jumps on. For whatever reason, we got cut off. I guess the music streaming was a little too loud, but everyone else does that. So if you're jumping back on, you probably saw or heard that the last thing that we were doing was going through the stories, interacting with people that were on our stories, and we had a couple minutes left. But I wanted to end with a last kind of action item to do, something that you can start on now to help give you things to post on during the day. You have to use karaoke music. Well, good to know for next time. So I apologize, you guys, if you got kicked off. Hopefully you'll jump back on. I'm not sure if we'll keep this video afterwards, but I want to give you guys a thing to do for the future. So if you know anything about how aesthetically pages should look on Instagram, when you open up your page, that is your storefront. That is the first thing that people see when they come to you. And a lot of times I have to look and say, when someone comes and looks at me, what are they seeing? Are my pictures, you know, visually appealing? Is it going to make someone want to read my caption? But one thing I try to make sure that I do is, within the 9 block of pictures when you open up your page, is that there is some type of transformation, something to let them know I'm on a journey, I have been on one, or I'm going on one. Now, I know a lot of you are starting and you're like, oh, I don't have a transformation yet. I haven't lost a ton of weight. And you guys, it's not all about a physical transformation. My transformation insight was way bigger than the physical one has ever been. I didn't make a video like this until I had been a coach for 2 years and was already a top 10 coach in the company. This to me is so more uncomfortable than reaching out and talking to someone on the computer. But you're going to do this because this allows you to open up and connect to people more. If it's uncomfortable to you, that means there's going to be a connection for someone else. So what we're going to do is you're going to craft a post that you can use, whether this is going to be for a Transformation Tuesday, Way Back Wednesday, Wear It Again Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, for something in your feed that you're going to put this up. I know that I have a hard time getting rid of a lot of my older clothes because I like putting them on to see how far I've come, how those clothes fit differently, so that it's not just about a weight change, it's just about a confidence change. It's maybe taking a picture and you can see the pain in your eyes from when you used to show up in family pictures before. You were hiding behind other people, but now you have that sparkle, that excitement. You know, maybe it's that you were just feeling alone in this journey and you didn't have a connection or people to talk to. So that's going to be finding a picture from, you know, a group when you're at Summit, or maybe just you and your coach, but something to do a before and after. Maybe you can just see the difference in your face. Now, this is a great opportunity to use, especially for Morning Meltdown, if you do have a physical transformation, or if you have any type, but you can put yours first and then add in all the Morning Meltdown transformation pictures afterwards. But it's just something to open up and say, look, this is where I was and this is where I'm going. And whether you're going to join me or not, I'm doing it anyways. But I would love to help you get started on your journey. I'm looking for 5 women who are willing to commit and take a step. Now, of course, you can say, you don't have to be, you know, women, you just say people that are looking to join me and get started. So I want you guys to go away with that, to say, okay, looking at my Instagram page, is there a transformation of some sort within that last 9? Now, what's awesome to do is if you can make a bunch of them at once, so that you can use these for multiple, like to schedule for yourself for later. So let's say the next 9 come up and you're like, ooh, I need a picture. You already have one ready to go. So whether it is physical, mental, financial, remember the purpose of it is to inspire, to let people know that they connect to you. You don't have to make it some long, profound post. It can just simply be something, you know, just to say, hey, you know, I've looking back on how far I've come. So do that. And that is going to be your next post that you will put up if you don't have one up already. And then there's one last thing that I want to do, and this is something that I do on my team when we do these power hour calls, action hours, whatever you want to call it, is that I want you guys to think about how you're feeling right now. Some people will get off this call and they will think, okay, I'm really excited. I had some, you know, great connections. I reached out to some great people. And then there's going to be some others that are feeling like nervous, and they're like, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of me? You know, are they going to actually respond back? And like I mentioned before, there is no difference in the feeling that you're having internally from being nervous, from the fear, or being excited, but it's all in our mindset of how we think about it. And if you heard our summit speech that we did with Artina, and we were talking about those limiting beliefs, I want you to start to think about that. And I want you to get out a piece of paper and I want you to write this down. I want you to think about what are those things that you keep telling yourself that are holding you back. Do you think, I don't have enough followers, or my page isn't good enough, or I'm not at my goal weight? And put those down on paper, because the first thing I want y'all to do is recognize what it is that is holding you back, what it is that's limiting your beliefs to think that you can't be successful in this business. You guys, I don't do anything special. As you see, I fumbled my words, my story got taken down, we had to start over. But what I am is that I show up who I am, and I show up as authentically as I can, whether it's fully makeup or looking a hot mess like I did yesterday. But I'm here and I'm sharing my life. So as you're writing those down, I hope that a lot of you are, and sometimes you might even start to cry with it. You might even get emotional. You might even get upset that you're even putting this on paper. But I want you to do it. And put a comment, put a like, let me know that you've done that, because we're going to do something with that really quickly before we have to jump off. This is really important for you to understand, because in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you're at and where you've come from and what you need to work on. Because if you don't recognize what it is, you won't know how to get there. I know that I have overcome so many things and I'm still working on them. Doing calls like this is still uncomfortable for me, but I do it because I know that it's going to help someone else. I know that someone else will have a takeaway from this that can help move their business forward, that can help change their life, that can create an opportunity for their family like it's done for mine. So I only can hope that you're doing these actions, not because we want you to sell someone a package to create Success Club, but to truly change someone's life. And that's what this is all about. But first and foremost, it's focusing on changing yours. People should be able to come to your stories and see that you're doing these workouts at home, that you're drinking your shakes, that you have a crazy life, that no, it doesn't have to always be put together, but that you're there and that they can rely on you and that you will be able to help and encourage them. So I hope some of you got that written down. I didn't see any comments. I didn't see really many likes, but I want you to look at that paper and I want you to think about it. What are those? Are those limiting beliefs, the things that are holding you back from taking your business to the next level? Is being shy or being introverted or being scared going to be something that's going to prevent you from getting to that next step? So as we get off, I have one last thing I want you to do. I want you to get that paper out, and I want you to get up and go to your trash can, wherever it is, and I want you to rip it up. And it might be emotional. You might start to cry, because I know for me, I do. Flush it down the toilet, put it in the trash can, and get rid of it, because you will no longer allow yourself to be held back by those things. And I want you to come back to the place where you're at now, and I want you to get out a new piece of paper, and I want you to write 5 new things down. 5 new things that are positive, that are building you up, that are going to say, I am, I will be. What are the goals? What are the things that you wish you were that you aren't now, that you need to speak into your life to make a change? And then the last one I want you to put down, it's totally possible. That has been one phrase that has pushed me to the next level every time. When I think I can't do something, my answer is never no. It's always, it's totally possible. What's the worst that's going to happen? If nothing else that ever happens in this business, you have the ability to take yourself to the next level. It may not be for Beachbody, it may not be for something else, but there is something going on in you that you need to be here to be a light for someone else. So hopefully you got something out of this action hour. Hopefully you have some kind of takeaways. Hopefully you have some new relationships and some new connections. And if you can do these things every single day, you will build up the people that you are talking to, the tribe, the community that you have, and you'll be able to help more people change their life and ultimately change yours as well. So I hope this helps. And last and final thing, if you have not already, to show that you are taking this as a business and taking it seriously, figure out a way that you can take a boomerang of yourself with your tablet, with your phone, of your computer, or something to say, power hour during my day, building my business during power pockets of time, something to show people that you're showing up and that you're taking this seriously. Again, I hope you guys got something amazing out of this and that it helped, and your business is going to boom from it. So have a great day.